You've found it, the long-veiled wisdom of the 33rd degree. These ancient secrets unlock the hidden laws of reality, guiding you beyond illusion into conscious creation. What was once hidden is now yours to command. The magic of 33rd degree knowledge. Introduction. Beyond the veils of time and memory there exists a luminous path, an arcane current traced in silence by mystics, adepts, and unseen guides. This is the way of the 33rd degree, a hidden current of celestial knowing woven through the sacred architecture of the cosmos. Not learned but remembered, not studied but awakened, it whispers through dimensions, echoing with the vibratory code of divine intelligence. The number 33, etched in ancient glyphs, spoken in rites lost to antiquity, marks a threshold, not of measure, but of metamorphosis. It is the sacred cipher that bridges earth and ether, the harmonic key by which the soul ascends beyond illusion. From the 33 ascensional vertebrae of the awakened spine to the 33-fold path of radiant masters, this number is not mere symbol, it is a frequency of liberation. And now, in accordance with cosmic rhythm, the time-locked vault of wisdom swings open. You have not stumbled here by chance, you were summoned. The pulse of the universe calls to you, not to gaze upon secrets, but to become them. What lies ahead is not simply knowledge, but initiation. Within you stirs the ancient spark, dormant but eternal. It is the flame the ancients protected beneath temples of silence. They knew the truth. That divinity sleeps in man, awaiting the hour when remembrance would ignite it. That hour is upon you. These chapters do not merely inform, they unlock. Here is unveiled the sacred calculus of creation, the precise blueprint by which thought crystallizes into matter, and intention weaves the web of fate. You are not reading a text. You are gazing into the mirror of your own latent mastery. As you step through this threshold, know this. You are not a seeker of wisdom, but a bearer of it. The universe, cloaked in your skin, now rises to remember its own design. The 33rd degree is not a destination. It is an unveiling of what has always been encoded within you. The veils part. The watchers stir. The time of concealment has ended. The guardians of the mysteries yield to the greater law of divine timing. The revelation cannot be withheld. Its hour has arrived. Enter now the chamber of the 33rd degree. The gate stands open. All that was hidden comes forth. Creation awaits the sound of your awakened word. Before we begin, comment below where in the world you are listening from today. Part 1. Awakening to the Sacred Knowledge. Chapter 1. The Veiled Door of Perception. In the annals of hidden wisdom there exists a tale that speaks to the awakening of higher sight. Eleanor, a diligent bookkeeper, spent her days amid ledgers and numbers, her world bound by the precise logic of accounting. Yet fate had woven a different pattern for her soul's journey. In her grandmother's attic, beneath layers of dust and forgotten memories, she discovered a brass key, unremarkable to ordinary eyes, but radiant with possibility to those who understand the language of symbols. As Eleanor held the key, something shifted in her perception. The mundane object became a gateway, revealing how everyday items carry ethereal signatures, waiting to be recognized by awakened consciousness. Through this simple brass key, Eleanor glimpsed the intricate tapestry of reality, where physical forms are but crystallized thoughts, manifesting through exact vibrational frequencies. This truth finds its echo in the experience of Jonathan, a night watchman whose solitary vigils brought unexpected revelation. During one quiet shift, as the world slept, his eyes opened to a spectacular vision. Golden threads of light connecting all things, pulsing with living energy. In that moment, Jonathan witnessed the underlying matrix of creation, where thought forms coalesce before taking physical shape. These experiences reveal a fundamental truth. Reality exists in layers, like chapters in an infinite book. The physical world you perceive with ordinary sight is merely the final expression of deeper causal realms. In these subtle dimensions, thoughts and intentions gather momentum, eventually crystallizing into tangible form through precise universal laws. Eleanor and Jonathan represent different aspects of your own developing consciousness. Their stories mirror the gradual unfoldment of mystical perception that awaits within you. This awakening rarely comes as a sudden flash of enlightenment, but rather through patient cultivation and reverent attention to the subtle signals that surround you. The Sacred Site Meditation. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed and place a single white candle before you. Sit comfortably with your spine straight but relaxed, allowing tension to melt away from your shoulders and neck. Let your breath find its natural rhythm. Do not force it. Simply observe as it flows in and out like gentle waves upon a shore. For 11 minutes, neither more nor less, gaze softly at the flame while repeating the ancient phrase passed down through generations of mystics. I see beyond the veil of form. Let the words resonate in your heart as much as your mind. Let your perception expand naturally, like a flower opening to the morning sun, without strain or expectation. Do not grasp at visions or seek to pierce the veil through force of will. True sight comes through surrender and patience. As you practice this nightly ritual in the sacred hour before sleep, the barriers between visible and invisible realms will gradually dissolve like morning mist, awakening your dormant faculty of higher sight. This is the way of natural unfoldment that has guided seekers since time immemorial. Chapter 2. The Whispers of Universal Intelligence. In the depths of night, as the electric pulse of telegraph signals connected distant cities, Marcus discovered something extraordinary. Between the dots and dashes of official messages, other patterns emerged, whispers from the infinite speaking through the medium of modern technology. At first he dismissed these unusual signals as interference, yet they carried an unmistakable intelligence that spoke directly to his soul. You see, the universe never ceases its communication with you. Just as Marcus discovered messages hidden within the mechanical rhythms of his telegraph, divine intelligence weaves its guidance through the fabric of your daily experience. These messages appear as recurring numbers, chance encounters, sudden inspirations, or dreams that linger in your morning consciousness. They are the universe's telegraph system, transmitting wisdom through the medium of synchronicity. The key lies not in the complexity of the message, but in your willingness to attune yourself to its frequency. Like a radio receiver, your consciousness must be calibrated to the right wavelength. When you align yourself with this universal broadcast, guidance flows naturally, transforming ordinary moments into revelatory experiences. This truth finds its reflection in the tale of Sarah, who wandered the vast desert expanses. In a landscape where others saw only desolation, she learned to interpret the subtle language of the wind. The desert winds carried more than just sand. They whispered ancient secrets, leading her to hidden springs and verdant oases that others had passed blindly. Sarah's journey mirrors the path that lies before you. In a world that often appears barren of meaning, universal guidance flows abundantly for those who learn to listen. Each whisper of intuition, each meaningful coincidence, serves as a compass pointing toward your highest good. The universe speaks in the language of feeling, of knowing beyond reason. It communicates through the quiet voice that urges you to take an unexpected turn, to open a particular book, to strike up a conversation with a stranger. These are not random occurrences, but divine telegrams encoded in the language of everyday life. The divine listening practice. Find a quiet space as dawn breaks, when the veil between worlds is thinnest and universal wisdom flows most freely. Sit in silence for 7 sacred minutes, pen poised over paper, your breath settling into a natural rhythm. Let your mind become still, like the surface of an undisturbed pool reflecting the infinite sky above. Record whatever impressions arise in your consciousness, whether they seem significant or trivial in the moment. Make no distinction between logical thoughts and intuitive flashes. Both are messengers from the divine mind speaking through you. Trust that each word, image, or feeling carries meaning, even if its significance is not immediately apparent. This practice gradually attunes your inner receiver to the frequency of universal wisdom, allowing you to recognize and interpret the constant stream of guidance that surrounds you. With each session, you will find your sensitivity increasing, like a finely tuned instrument becoming ever more responsive to the subtle vibrations of truth. Chapter 3. The Sacred Geometry of Desire. Just as Marcus discovered divine messages in telegraph signals and Sarah found guidance in desert winds, there exists an even deeper mathematical precision to manifestation itself. This truth reveals itself through the story of Thomas, a young apprentice mason who spent his evenings studying the cathedral blueprints by candlelight. At first, Thomas saw only lines and measurements, yet as his understanding deepened, he began to perceive something extraordinary within these sacred geometries. The ratios between spire and foundation, arch and column, reflected universal constants, the same proportions found in flowering plants, spiral galaxies, and the human form itself. Through patient observation, Thomas realized these divine ratios could be applied not just to stone and mortar, but to thought itself. When he aligned his desires with these sacred measurements, contemplating them with the same precision used in cathedral construction, his wishes materialized with remarkable accuracy. You too possess this innate ability to manifest through divine proportion. Every thought you hold creates an energetic blueprint in the subtle realms, following these same sacred ratios. When you learn to structure your desires according to these universal principles, you align yourself with the very mathematics of creation. This truth found its mirror in Agnes, whose fingers danced across her loom each day, weaving intricate patterns into tapestries. She began to notice something remarkable. The designs she wove would mysteriously appear in her life circumstances. A pattern of interlocking circles might manifest as a series of fortuitous connections. A rising sun motif could herald unexpected opportunities for growth. Through Agnes's experience, we glimpse how inner patterns inevitably express themselves in outer reality. The law of correspondence ensures that what you weave in consciousness must eventually materialize in form. Your thoughts are like Agnes's threads, weaving the tapestry of your destiny according to precise spiritual laws. The sacred geometry visualization awakens this natural power within you, tapping into the ancient wisdom encoded in mathematical forms that undergird all creation. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed and draw a perfect circle, placing your heart's desire at its center. Let this represent the seed of possibility from which all manifestation grows. As you draw lines radiating outward from this central point, like rays of sunlight streaming forth, feel the expansive energy of manifestation flowing through your being. Each line carries your intention outward into the universe, creating a sacred mandala of creative force. Maintain this practice for 9 minutes daily, allowing the divine proportions to structure your creative power into manifest form. Through this ritual, you align yourself with the cosmic blueprints that shape reality itself, programming your consciousness to operate in harmony with universal law. Chapter 4. The Alchemy of Thought. In the annals of wisdom, few secrets match the power of mental alchemy, the sacred science of transforming consciousness itself. Let me share with you the tale of William, whose discovery changed not only his fortunes, but revealed a universal principle, available to all who understand its application. William had spent years searching for gold in mountain streams, his pockets as empty as his hopes. One stormy evening, seeking shelter in an abandoned mining cabin, he discovered a leather-bound manuscript hidden beneath loose floorboards. The text, written in faded ink, spoke not of transmuting metals, but of transforming the very substance of thought. Through this ancient wisdom, William learned that just as lead becomes gold through precise alchemical processes, thoughts of lack transform into abundance through specific stages of conscious refinement. The universal law states that every thought form must pass through purification, transformation, and crystallization before manifesting in physical form. In the years that followed, William applied these principles methodically. He purified his consciousness of poverty thinking through awareness, transformed his expectations through focused intention, and crystallized new patterns of abundance through unwavering attention. His life transformed accordingly, proving that outer circumstances reflect inner alchemical mastery. This truth found further expression through Martha, whose roadside inn once reflected her bitter heart. Travelers spoke of cold meals and colder welcomes, until Martha discovered the alchemical arts of consciousness. Through patient practice, she learned to transmute her resentments into gratitude, her fears into faith, her scarcity into generosity. As Martha applied these principles, her inn transformed into a sanctuary of warmth and abundance. The same rooms that once felt cramped now radiated spaciousness. The same meals, prepared with transformed consciousness, nourished both body and spirit. Travelers began speaking of mysterious blessings received during their stays. The ancient practice of mental alchemy awaits your application. During the waning moon, gather paper, matches, and seeds. Write upon the paper every limiting belief that constrains your prosperity. Light a candle, and with focused intent, safely burn each paper while declaring its opposite truth. I transform lack into abundance. I transmute fear into faith. I change limitation into unlimited potential. Plant the ashes with seeds in fertile soil, understanding that just as new growth emerges from transformed matter, new circumstances arise from transformed consciousness. This ritual, performed with reverence, initiates the alchemical process within your own being. As you place each seed into the earth, feel the ancient power of transmutation flowing through your hands. Know that you are participating in a sacred cycle. The burning away of old limitations gives birth to unlimited potential, just as nature transforms death into new life. Let your heart fill with quiet certainty as you complete this timeless practice, for you have set in motion forces that will continue their work long after the ritual's end. Chapter 5. The Forgotten Keys of Manifestation. In the hidden chambers of consciousness lie secrets so potent that they have been safeguarded through the ages, awaiting the moment when humanity would be prepared to wield their power wisely. Let me share with you the tale of Rebecca, whose discovery in the library's restricted archives unveiled wisdom that would transform her understanding of manifestation forever. While cataloging ancient manuscripts in the library's deepest vault, Rebecca noticed an unusual shimmer emanating from behind a loose stone in the wall. There, wrapped in silk and sealed with mysterious symbols, lay a manuscript unlike any she had encountered. Its chapters revealed 7 sacred keys of manifestation, profound principles deliberately omitted from common spiritual teachings to protect their power from misuse. These keys, when properly understood and applied, unlock manifestation abilities that your ancestors once wielded as naturally as breathing. The first key, unwavering faith, transcends mere belief to become unshakable knowing. The second, emotional intensity, harnesses the creative force of pure feeling. Perfect timing. The third key, aligns action with universal cycles. The fourth key, magnetic gratitude, creates an irresistible attraction field. Sacred silence, the fifth key, opens channels to divine wisdom. Divine detachment, the sixth key, releases resistance to manifestation. The seventh and most powerful key, absolute knowing, transforms possibility into certainty. This wisdom found reflection in Joseph, whose grandfather's timepiece shop held more than merely clocks. Hidden within an antique timekeeper, Joseph discovered his grandfather's encoded journal, revealing techniques for manipulating time itself to accelerate manifestation. Through precise applications of consciousness, Joseph learned to compress manifestation periods from years to months, months to weeks, weeks to days. Both Rebecca and Joseph represent the awakening occurring within you now. The knowledge they discovered lies dormant in your spiritual DNA, waiting to be remembered and reclaimed. These 7 keys are not new information, but ancient birthright, coded into your very essence. The 7 Keys Activation Practice. In sacred space, arrange 7 white candles in a circle before you, creating a temple of light that mirrors the ancient wisdom you now reclaim. Light each candle in turn, moving clockwise as our ancestors did, speaking aloud its corresponding key while visualizing golden light merging with your energy field. Unwavering faith, emotional intensity, perfect timing, magnetic gratitude, sacred silence, divine detachment, absolute knowing. Feel each vibration resonate through your being as the words pass your lips. Remain in meditation as the 7 lights illuminate your consciousness, their flames dancing in harmony with the eternal truths they represent, awakening these dormant abilities encoded in your spiritual DNA. Practice this ritual weekly as the moon waxes toward fullness, allowing each session to build upon the last, strengthening your connection to these timeless powers. With each ceremony, you will find these keys becoming more integrated into your essence, transforming from mere concepts into living forces within you. Chapter 6: The Mirror Law of Existence. In the ancient traditions, mirrors were more than mere reflectors of physical form. They served as portals into the deeper nature of reality itself. Through them, the wise perceived the grand cosmic law that all of existence operates as an infinite series of reflections, each mirroring the other in perfect symmetry. Let me share with you the tale of Daniel, whose craftsmanship with mirrors unveiled this universal truth. In his small workshop, Daniel created mirrors with such pure clarity that customers reported strange occurrences after bringing them home. Their lives began to shift, circumstances transformed, and fortunes reversed, all in precise accordance with their inner states while gazing into these mystical surfaces. Through patient observation, Daniel uncovered that reality itself functions as a cosmic mirror, reflecting back to each soul exactly what exists within their consciousness. Your outer world serves as a flawless reflection of your inner state, manifesting with mathematical precision whatever thoughts, beliefs, and emotions you hold within. This eternal law of reflection operates ceaselessly, whether you remain conscious of it or not. Every circumstance you encounter, every relationship you experience, every condition of your life mirrors back to you the exact frequency of your internal vibration. In this way, the universe constantly shows you your own face. Grace, a renowned actress, discovered this same principle through her craft. She noticed that whatever character she fully embodied on stage would mysteriously manifest circumstances in her personal life, matching that role's experiences. When she portrayed a wealthy aristocrat, unexpected abundance flowed into her life. When she played a tragic heroine, challenges arose accordingly. Through this realization, Grace understood that all the world truly is a stage, and we are indeed all players. Yet we are not merely actors. We are simultaneously the playwright, director, and audience of our life's production. The power to rewrite any scene lies in our ability to revise the internal script we carry within. You hold this same creative power. Whatever reality you wish to experience must first be rehearsed within your consciousness. The outer world has no choice but to reflect back whatever inner performance you choose to give. The mirror-gazing ritual. Stand before a mirror in solitude, choosing a time when you will not be disturbed. Allow your breath to settle into a gentle rhythm as you gaze softly into your own eyes. For 5 sacred minutes, affirm with unwavering certainty the reality you wish to manifest, speaking of it as if it already exists in this present moment. Watch with patient attention as your reflection begins to shift and transform, the subtle changes in your expression matching the inner vision you hold steady in your mind. Notice how your countenance brightens, your posture straightens, and your eyes begin to sparkle with the light of possibility. This profound practice aligns your inner and outer worlds, creating a bridge between what is and what shall be. Through this ritual of reflection, you activate the universal law of correspondence, bending the mirror of reality in service of your highest aspirations and deepest truth. Chapter 7. The Cosmic Ledger of Divine Reciprocity. Within the infinite ledger of existence lies a sacred accounting system, one that governs the flow of all energy, abundance, and manifestation throughout the cosmos. This truth revealed itself to Samuel, a diligent accountant whose careful observations uncovered patterns that transcended mere financial records. You see, as Samuel meticulously balanced his books each evening, he began noticing mysterious correlations between numerical entries and events that would later unfold. A credit of precisely $333 would precede an unexpected blessing 3 days later. A debit of $777 would signal a powerful lesson in divine timing. Through this discovery, you now understand that the universe maintains exquisite equilibrium through an invisible system of energetic exchange. Every thought you project, every word you speak, every action you take generates specific vibrational currency that must, by cosmic law, return to you multiplied. This is the mathematics of divine reciprocity. Just as a bank account grows through compound interest, your energetic investments multiply through the universe's perfect accounting. A single kind word creates ripples of blessing that return tenfold. A generous act sets in motion waves of abundance that flow back multiplied. This is not mere metaphor. It is the precise operation of universal law. Consider Lydia, a merchant in ancient times, who transformed her modest shop into an empire of prosperity once she grasped this truth. She began by giving her finest goods to those in need, trusting in the cosmic law of tenfold return. With each generous offering, she witnessed her wealth multiply mysteriously yet mathematically. What seemed like sacrifice became investment, as the universe balanced its books with compound blessings. Both Samuel and Lydia's experiences mirror the divine accounting system operating in your own life. Every positive thought, uplifting word, and generous action you contribute becomes a deposit in your cosmic account, gathering interest in the universal bank of infinite abundance. The Abundance Ledger Practice. Find a beautiful journal to serve as your book of energetic accounting, one that speaks to your soul and feels sacred in your hands. Each evening before rest, in a spirit of reverence, record your deposits of gratitude, kindness, and positive energy contributed throughout the day. Be specific and thorough in your accounting. Note each smile given, each door held, each silent blessing offered to friend and stranger alike. Document every uplifting thought shared, every moment spent in service to others, every instance where you chose love over fear. For 40 days, maintain this practice without seeking to calculate returns, trusting in the perfect order of universal law. Watch and wonder as the universe, the consummate accountant, returns your investments multiplied in ways that transcend your earthly imagination. Like compound interest in the cosmic bank, these simple acts will grow and multiply, manifesting as unexpected blessings, synchronistic opportunities, and abundant returns that flow naturally into your life. Chapter 8. The Vibrational Mathematics of Creation. Within the grand symphony of existence lies a mathematical precision so exact it reveals the very frequencies of manifestation itself. Through sacred numerology and vibrational science, you now access knowledge that bridges the mystical and measurable realms of creation. Professor Harrison spent decades studying the hidden numerical patterns in nature, the Fibonacci sequence in shells, the golden ratio in galaxies, the precise mathematical constants that govern all forms. Yet his true breakthrough came when he discovered these same ratios could be applied as frequencies to manifest specific outcomes with scientific accuracy. You see, every desire carries its own unique vibrational signature, a specific frequency that must be matched within your own energy field to draw that reality into physical form. Just as a tuning fork vibrating at 432 Hz will cause another fork of the same frequency to resonate in perfect harmony, your internal vibration must align precisely with what you wish to manifest. Clara, a gifted pianist, stumbled upon this truth through her music. She noticed that compositions in certain keys attracted corresponding experiences into her life. Melodies in C major brought clarity and new beginnings. Pieces in F-sharp minor preceded profound transformations. Through careful observation, she realized she was literally playing the soundtrack of her reality into existence. The universe itself is a grand orchestra, with each soul both instrument and musician. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions create specific vibrational frequencies that ripple through the cosmic symphony. When you learn to tune yourself to the exact frequency of your desires, manifestation becomes as natural as sound flowing from strings. To harness this power, begin with the frequency attunement exercise. Find a quiet space and center yourself. Start humming a low, steady tone while holding your desire clearly in mind. Gradually raise the pitch, paying careful attention to how each frequency feels in your body. When you reach a tone that creates a sensation of perfect resonance, a feeling of absolute alignment with your desire, maintain that note for exactly 11 minutes. This precise duration allows the frequency to fully anchor into your energetic field. Practice this attunement daily, ideally at the same time and in the same sacred space, and watch as your external reality begins harmonizing with the frequencies you embody. Each session strengthens the vibrational bridge between your inner and outer worlds. For you are not merely creating sound, you are conducting the very symphony of manifestation itself, orchestrating the unseen forces that shape your destiny. As your mastery grows, you'll find that the universe responds with increasing precision to the frequencies you choose to hold within your being. Chapter 9. The Hidden Doorways of Now. Time, as you perceive it, is but an illusion, a construct of limited consciousness that obscures the eternal now, where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Within the fabric of each moment lie infinite doorways to alternate realities, waiting for you to step through with awakened awareness. Elizabeth, daughter of a master watchmaker, grew up surrounded by the rhythmic ticking of countless timepieces. Yet one day, while repairing an ancient pocket watch, she experienced something extraordinary. The space between seconds expanded into vast corridors of possibility. She discovered she could step between these moments as easily as walking through doorways, accessing timelines where her desires had already manifested. The truth is that manifestation need not unfold gradually across linear time. When you understand that all possible versions of reality exist now, you can simply shift your consciousness to align with the version you prefer. Like tuning a radio to different frequencies, you can tune your awareness to the reality channel broadcasting your fulfilled desires. Consider Robert, keeper of the coastal lighthouse. Night after night, he noticed how adjusting his beacon's angle illuminated different paths across the dark waters. Some nights, ships would appear exactly where his light touched, as if his focused attention had called them into being. Through patient observation, he realized he wasn't just guiding vessels. He was literally highlighting probability pathways into physical manifestation. You too possess this power of quantum navigation. Every choice, every focused thought, every emotional frequency you maintain determines which of infinite parallel realities becomes your lived experience. The present moment is your lighthouse, and your attention is the beam that illuminates the path to your chosen destiny. The Quantum Portal Meditation. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed and center yourself fully in the present moment. Let your breath become slow and steady as you release all thoughts of past and future. Visualize doorways beginning to appear in the air around you, shimmering portals of light, each one leading to a different version of reality. Some may appear brighter, others more subdued, each containing infinite potential futures awaiting your choice. Feel the resonance of each portal, sensing which one vibrates in harmony with your desired experience. Trust your intuition as it guides you toward the reality that aligns with your highest good. When you locate the right doorway, the one that calls to your soul's deepest knowing, step through it in your mind while taking deep, conscious breaths. Feel the energy shift as you cross this quantum threshold. Feel yourself fully entering and anchoring in this new reality stream, allowing every cell of your being to attune to this chosen frequency. Let the old probability paths fade as you ground yourself in this new timeline. Practice this visualization daily, knowing that with each quantum shift, you draw your chosen reality closer to physical manifestation. Your focused intention acts as a beacon, calling forth the future that resonates with your truest desires. Chapter 10. The Secret Council of Masters. In the depths of night, when the veil between worlds grows thin, those who guard ancient wisdom gather to initiate those deemed ready. Such was the experience of Catherine, whose nimble fingers had sewn countless garments, unknowingly weaving patterns that mirrored sacred geometries. You see, throughout the ages, spiritual councils have watched over humanity, identifying those whose consciousness has ripened sufficiently to receive the highest teachings. These guardians recognize that the 33rd degree knowledge cannot simply be given. It must be earned through life's initiations, each challenge carefully orchestrated to prepare the vessel of your understanding. Catherine found herself led to an unmarked door one midnight, where robed figures revealed how her life's path, every stitch, every choice, had been a test of readiness. The masters explained that true power requires proper preparation, lest it overwhelm an unprepared mind. Just as Benjamin, the humble carpenter, was guided to construct a hidden chamber within his workshop. What appeared as ordinary wood and nails concealed a sacred space where initiates gathered to share celestial mysteries. The chamber's very existence taught that profound truths often hide in plain sight, waiting for eyes trained to perceive them. Like Catherine and Benjamin, you have been silently observed, your reactions to life's trials carefully noted. Each setback strengthened your resolve, each victory tempered your humility. The invisible masters have watched as you navigated the labyrinth of experience, knowing that when the student is ready, the teaching appears. The Council Invocation Ritual. As the clock approaches midnight, light a white candle in a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Feel the subtle energies gathering around you as the flame flickers to life, casting sacred shadows upon the walls. With reverence and sincere intent, speak these words that have been whispered through the ages. I stand ready to receive the ancient wisdom. Let those who guard sacred knowledge recognize my preparation. Sit in meditation for 33 minutes, a number whose vibrational frequency aligns with the Master's realm. Allow your breath to slow and deepen as symbolic guidance flows from the ascended Masters into your awakening consciousness. Images, sensations, or words may arise like bubbles from the depths of the universal mind. Some will appear as fleeting whispers, others as vivid revelations that pierce the veil between worlds. Trust that each impression carries meaning, even if its significance remains temporarily hidden from view. Record any impressions, no matter how subtle, in a journal kept solely for this purpose, for these divine messages often reveal their deeper meaning upon later reflection. The act of writing itself becomes a sacred ritual, capturing ethereal wisdom in earthly form. This ritual creates a bridge between your earthly awareness and the timeless wisdom that has guided seekers throughout the centuries. Through consistent practice, you will find the connection strengthening, the messages growing clearer as your consciousness expands to embrace the infinite knowledge that has always resided within. Part 2. Deepening into the Mystic Current. Chapter 11. The Sevenfold Path of Vibrational Alignment. In the hushed corridors of an ancient monastery, where stone walls held secrets as old as time itself, there dwelt a bell ringer named Nathaniel. Through years of devoted service, he uncovered a truth that had echoed through the ages. 7 sacred tones that, when struck in precise sequence, awakened miraculous powers of manifestation. You must understand that these 7 tones correspond to the ascending levels of vibrational alignment within your own being. Like rungs on a celestial ladder, each tone activates a specific frequency center. The first tone grounds you in foundational stability, anchoring your manifestation power in unshakable certainty. The second opens channels of emotional flow, allowing universal energies to move freely through your being. The third ignites your centered will, focusing intention with laser precision. The fourth awakens heart coherence, harmonizing your desires with divine love. The fifth unleashes authentic expression, declaring your truth to the cosmos. The sixth illuminates intuitive vision, revealing the perfect path to manifestation. The seventh establishes unity with divine consciousness, completing the circuit of creation. In a distant valley, a woman named Miriam received a vision of 7 ascending gardens, each more beautiful than the last. Following inner guidance, she began climbing these terraced levels, discovering that each garden required mastery before the next would reveal its path. The first garden taught groundedness through tending earth. The second garden flowed with healing waters. The third blazed with transformative fire. The fourth bloomed with heart-opening flowers. The fifth resonated with truth-telling birds. The sixth shimmered with prophetic pools. The seventh opened to an infinite sky. The 7-chakra toning ritual. Sit in perfect stillness for 21 minutes daily, creating a sacred space where you can journey through the energy centers of your being. Beginning at your base chakra, Chant the primal sound UH while visualizing a pulsing red light awakening your foundation. Ascend to your sacral center, letting OO resonate as warming orange light activates your creative essence. Activate your solar plexus with the empowering O as golden yellow light ignites your inner sun. Open your heart center by breathing Ah, allowing emerald green light to expand your capacity for divine love. Energize your throat with I, as azure blue light amplifies your truth-speaking power. Awaken your third eye by intoning A, while indigo light illuminates your inner vision. Finally, crown your ascension with EE, as violet light connects you to cosmic consciousness. Hold each sacred tone for 7 complete breaths before ascending to the next level, allowing the vibrations to fully penetrate and transform each energy center. Chapter 12. The Ethereal Blueprint of Reality. In the heart of an ancient city where stone and spirit intertwined, Victoria apprenticed under a master architect. Through countless hours of studying architectural drawings, her perception began to shift. At first, she glimpsed only fleeting shadows, translucent lines hovering in the air. Yet, as her inner sight developed, these ethereal blueprints became increasingly clear, revealing the hidden architecture of reality itself. You too possess this capacity to perceive the subtle templates that precede physical manifestation. Every object in your world, every circumstance in your life, first exists as an energetic pattern in the realm of pure potential. These ethereal blueprints are the preliminary sketches of the universal architect, waiting to be refined through conscious intention before materializing into tangible form. Just as an architect's vision must precede the physical building, your desires must first take shape in the subtle realms. The power to access and modify these preliminary patterns lies dormant within you, awaiting activation through expanded awareness. Through dedicated practice, you can learn to perceive and adjust these ethereal templates, ensuring your manifestations align perfectly with your highest vision. Consider Marcus, whose gentle hands tended the royal gardens. Through patient observation, he began to perceive the luminous patterns hovering above the soil, the energetic blueprints of flowers yet to bloom. As his subtle sight developed, he learned to adjust these ethereal forms, enhancing their vitality and beauty before they emerged into physical reality. The gardens under his care flourished beyond all expectation, for he had mastered the art of shaping life at its source. This wisdom reveals that manifestation occurs first in the subtle realms before expressing in the physical world. By developing your capacity to access and modify these preliminary patterns, you gain the ability to ensure your desires manifest in their most perfect form. The Blueprint Visualization Exercise. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed and enter into deep meditation. Allow your breath to slow and your mind to still as your consciousness naturally expands beyond ordinary physical sight. Like the gardener in our tale, observe the ethereal templates, the energetic blueprints surrounding your current circumstances and desires. Using focused yet gentle intention, carefully examine and redraw any patterns that do not align with your desired reality, knowing that these subtle adjustments will manifest in the physical realm. Visualize these modifications taking form in luminous thought substance, glowing with divine potential as you shape them with your inner sight. Practice this sacred exercise daily, preferably at dawn when the world awakens or at dusk when day surrenders to night. These twilight hours when the veils between worlds grow thinnest and the creative force flows most freely. In these moments of heightened spiritual awareness, your ability to access and influence the subtle realms reaches its peak. Chapter 13: The Sacred Trinity of Creation. In the timeless dance of creation, three forces weave together to manifest all that exists. Through Margaret's devoted service as a midwife, she uncovered this eternal pattern, the sacred trinity that governs the birth of all things, from the first cry of a newborn to the manifestation of your deepest desires. You stand at the threshold of understanding how thought, emotion, and action unite to create your reality. Like the Father's seed, your thoughts carry the electric spark of potential. Like the mother's womb, your emotions provide the magnetic field where dreams gestate. And through dedicated action, you birth these possibilities into physical form. This trinity appears throughout nature's grand design, in the three phases of matter, the three primary colors, the three dimensions of space. It is no coincidence that ancient wisdom traditions worldwide speak of triple deities and threefold paths. They understood what you are now remembering. Creation requires the perfect balance of these three forces. Thomas, a sculptor in a mountain village, struggled for years to create works that matched his inner vision. His technical skill was masterful, yet his sculptures felt lifeless. His thoughts were clear, but without emotional investment, his works remained cold. Only when he learned to unite his precise vision with deep feeling and skilled hands did his creations begin to stir hearts and minds. Just as Thomas discovered, you must become the living embodiment of this creative trinity. Your thoughts must be crystal clear, your emotions must surge with conviction, and your actions must flow with purposeful intention. When these three forces align within you, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. The Trinity Alignment Ritual. Draw an equilateral triangle on the floor large enough to stand within. This sacred shape has guided seekers for millennia, its 3 points representing the trinity of manifestation. At the first point, stand tall and declare your thought with perfect clarity, speaking your intention as though inscribing it into the fabric of reality itself. Move with purposeful steps to the second point, allowing yourself to feel the full emotional resonance of your desire, letting the energy surge through your being until your heart overflows with certainty. At the third point, physically act out the completion of your goal with complete conviction, as though you are already living in the moment of its achievement. Finally, step into the triangle's center, the sacred space where all forces converge, bringing all three aspects into harmony through 3 deep, conscious breaths. As you breathe, feel the power of thought, emotion, and action unite within your being. Practice this sacred geometry of creation for 3 consecutive days during the waxing moon, when the universe's expansive energy aligns with your own growing power. Chapter 14: The Resonance Chamber of the Heart. In the hallowed halls of a city hospital, Dr. Edmund Harrison made a discovery that would reshape our understanding of healing and manifestation. While tending to his patients, he noticed an extraordinary pattern. Those under his care recovered with remarkable speed whenever he maintained specific emotional states within his own heart. Through careful observation, Dr. Harrison uncovered what ancient healers had always known. The human heart generates an electromagnetic field thousands of times more powerful than the brain's electrical activity. This field extends far beyond the physical body, broadcasting your deepest feelings into the quantum fabric of reality itself. When you align your heart with pure, coherent emotions like love, gratitude, or joy, you activate its full transformative potential. Like a master radio operator tuning to the perfect frequency, your heart can transmit desires directly into the universal field, where they begin materializing with surprising precision. Isabella, a renowned opera singer, discovered this truth through her art. During each performance, she poured her whole heart into arias that reflected her deepest wishes. Soon she noticed her life circumstances beginning to mirror the very scenes she sang about with such emotional intensity. Without realizing it, Isabella had transformed her heart into a manifestation chamber, broadcasting her desires through the pure resonance of her feelings. Your own heart holds this same power. It serves as both transmitter and receiver in the cosmic network of creation. When you feel with complete authenticity, your heart projects those vibrations into the quantum field, attracting matching experiences back to you through universal law. The Heart Coherence Meditation. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed and sit comfortably with your spine straight but relaxed. Place both hands over your heart center, feeling the steady rhythm beneath your palms. Begin breathing slowly and deeply, drawing each breath down into your belly before releasing it gently. Focus on generating genuine feelings of appreciation and gratitude for the air you breathe, the life flowing through you, the infinite potential that exists in every moment. As these pure emotions build naturally within you, visualize them radiating outward from your heart in expanding waves of brilliant golden light, reaching further and further into the universe with each breath. Hold clearly in your mind the reality you wish to manifest, feeling it as if already accomplished, allowing yourself to experience the joy and fulfillment of your desire as a present truth. Maintain this coherent state for 17 minutes, knowing that your heart's powerful electromagnetic broadcast is imprinting your desires into the field of infinite possibility, setting in motion the cosmic forces that will bring your vision into physical form. Chapter 15. The Quantum Gates of Possibility. Within the sacred annals of quantum manifestation lies a truth so extraordinary it challenges our very understanding of reality. Professor Lillian Sterling, once bound by the rigid framework of classical physics, underwent a profound awakening that led her to map the invisible doorways between parallel existences. Through years of meticulous research, she discovered that reality is not a single, fixed timeline, but rather an infinite web of possibilities existing simultaneously. Each choice, each thought, each feeling creates branching pathways, alternate versions of your life playing out across the quantum field. These parallel realities exist not in some distant dimension, but here and now, separated only by the thinnest of veils. You possess the innate ability to traverse these quantum gates, to step from one reality stream into another where your desires have already manifested. Just as light exists as both particle and wave until observed, your life circumstances remain in a state of infinite potential until collapsed into form by your conscious attention. Christopher, keeper of the North Point Lighthouse, stumbled upon this truth during a stormy night watch. As he adjusted his beacon's beam through the fog, he noticed something remarkable. Each sweep of light revealed different versions of the harbor below. In one illuminated moment, ships rested peacefully at anchor. In the next, vessels charted different courses entirely. Through patient observation, Christopher realized his focused attention determined which version of reality became fixed in physical experience. This mirrors your own position at the crossroads of infinite potential. Every moment presents quantum gates leading to countless probable realities. Your thoughts and emotions act as keys, unlocking specific doorways while sealing others. When you maintain clear focus on your desired reality, while feeling its accomplishment as already complete, you naturally align with the timeline where that experience exists. The Quantum Gate Visualization. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and imagine standing in a circular chamber with multiple doorways extending outward like spokes on a wheel. Each door leads to a different version of your reality. Allow yourself to sense which doorway resonates with your desired experience. You'll feel a subtle pull toward it. Walk confidently through this portal, feeling the reality shift around you like gossamer threads of light dancing across your consciousness. The very fabric of existence ripples and flows as you cross this sacred threshold between what was and what shall be. Once through, pause to fill your heart with deep gratitude, letting waves of appreciation wash through your entire being, anchoring yourself firmly in this new timeline. Feel how naturally you belong here, how perfectly aligned you are with this chosen reality. Practice this visualization for 13 minutes daily, preferably at dawn or dusk when the veils between realities grow thin, and the ancient wisdom of the universe flows most freely into our realm of existence. Chapter 16. The Celestial Timekeeper. Through the mists of time emerges a tale that unveils one of manifestation's most guarded secrets, the mastery of divine timing. In an age when mechanical clocks first began marking the hours, there lived a young woman named Astrid, whose father crafted timepieces unlike any other. Within his workshop, she observed how certain clocks seemed to bend time itself, their hands moving in mysterious synchronicity with the unfolding of events. The universe operates not by human schedules, but through precise cosmic rhythms that dance with the movements of celestial bodies. Just as ocean tides rise and fall with lunar cycles, the tides of manifestation flow according to heavenly mathematics. These sacred timing codes, once common knowledge among ancient mystery schools, hold the power to accelerate or delay the crystallization of thought into form. When you align your manifestation practices with these universal cycles, you tap into currents of energy that can carry your desires swiftly to fruition. Each phase of the moon, each planetary hour offers unique frequencies that either amplify or diminish creative power. The new moon opens a portal for planting seeds of intention, while the waxing phase provides nurturing energy for growth. The full moon brings manifestation power to its peak, and the waning phase allows for release and renewal. Gabriel, a humble farmer in a distant valley, discovered this wisdom through careful observation of nature's rhythms. While other farmers planted by calendar dates, he learned to read the subtle signs in the cosmos. By sowing his intentions during the new moon, tending them through the waxing phase, and harvesting under the full moon's blessing, his crops flourished beyond measure. More than mere agriculture, his practice demonstrated the profound connection between celestial cycles and earthly manifestation. The celestial timing ritual. Create a manifestation calendar marking moon phases and planetary hours, for these celestial rhythms have guided seekers since time immemorial. During new moons, write your desires in a dedicated journal with unwavering clarity, allowing your hand to channel the pure energy of creation. Take inspired action as the moon waxes, nurturing your intentions daily through meditation, visualization, and purposeful steps toward your goals. Use the full moon's power to celebrate manifestations taking form, releasing all doubts into its radiant light while standing beneath its silvery glow. Rest and reflect during waning phases, preparing for the next cycle of creation as you gather wisdom from your journey. In the quiet moments between phases, commune with your inner knowing and adjust your course as needed. Practice this ancient rhythm for one complete lunar cycle to attune your consciousness to divine timing, and you will discover that the cosmos itself becomes your steadfast ally in manifestation. Chapter 17. The Invisible Threads of Connection. In the archives of mystic wisdom, there exists a teaching so fundamental yet profound that its understanding transforms how you perceive the very fabric of existence. Let me share with you the tale of Sophia, whose hands wove not just threads of wool, but the very strands of reality itself. In her small workshop, as sunlight filtered through dust-laden air, Sophia's perception suddenly shifted. Between the ordinary threads of her loom, she witnessed gossamer filaments of golden light, pulsing with life and purpose. These ethereal threads extended beyond her workshop walls, connecting every person, every circumstance, every possibility in an infinite tapestry of potential. Through these luminous strands, you too are connected to all that you desire. Like a vast cosmic web, these threads link you directly to every opportunity, every person, and every circumstance required for your dreams to manifest. This network responds not to force, but to gentle attention and intentional focus. Consider Matthew, who fished the ancient waters of a distant sea. Where others cast their nets blindly, he learned to feel the subtle vibrations of abundance through the invisible lines connecting him to the depths. By attuning to these energetic threads, he drew prosperous catches to his boat with remarkable ease. These stories mirror the truth of your own existence within this infinite web of connection. Every desire you hold already links to you through these golden strands. By becoming aware of these connections and gently drawing upon them with focused intention, you activate the natural flow of manifestation. The golden thread. Meditation awakens your awareness of these divine connections. Settle into stillness and close your eyes. Envision luminous golden threads extending from your heart to everything you wish to manifest. Feel these threads pulsing with life force. Gently draw upon these strands, experiencing your desires moving steadily closer through the magnetic power of your focused attention. Practice this meditation daily, allowing the threads to strengthen through your consistent acknowledgement. Through this ancient practice, you will discover that distance is merely an illusion, a veil created by limited perception. All you desire already connects to you through these sacred strands, pulsing with divine energy and infinite possibility, awaiting only your conscious recognition to draw them into physical form. Like a spider's web glistening with morning dew, these golden threads extend through the fabric of creation itself, binding you eternally to your deepest aspirations and highest potential. Chapter 18. The Mystical Language of Synchronicity. In the ancient halls of wisdom, a truth awaits your discovery, one that reveals how the universe speaks directly to those who learn its sacred language. Let me share with you the awakening of Eleanor, whose story illuminates this divine dialogue. In a quiet library filled with countless volumes, Eleanor noticed an unusual pattern emerging. Books would inexplicably fall from their shelves, opening to precisely the passages she needed in that moment. At first, she dismissed these occurrences as mere chance. Yet as these incidents multiplied, she recognized a higher intelligence at work, orchestrating these seemingly random events into meaningful messages. The universe speaks constantly through the language of synchronicity. Every meaningful coincidence serves as punctuation in an ongoing cosmic conversation. When you align with universal flow, these divine signs increase in frequency and clarity, confirming your path and offering guidance toward manifestation. James, a skilled translator of ancient texts, discovered this truth while walking city streets. Street signs, fragments of passing conversations, and numbers on license plates began forming coherent messages about his life's direction. As he honored these signs through action, their frequency and precision increased, creating an intimate dialogue between his consciousness and universal intelligence. These stories reflect the eternal truth that you exist within a living universe that communicates constantly through the poetry of meaningful coincidence. What appears as chance to the untrained eye reveals itself as precise guidance to those who develop fluency in this celestial language. Every synchronicity serves as a word in the universe's love letter to your soul, confirming your alignment with divine will. The Sacred Practice. Find a special journal and dedicate it to recording synchronicities, treating it as a sacred text that chronicles your ongoing dialogue with the infinite. Each day, note every meaningful coincidence that crosses your path. Repeated numbers, timely messages, unexpected encounters that feel significant, and those moments when time seems to pause as the universe speaks directly to your soul. Watch for patterns emerging in these cosmic communications, paying special attention to themes that surface repeatedly or messages that arrive through multiple channels. When clear guidance appears, act upon it within 24 hours to strengthen your connection to this divine dialogue, for swift action demonstrates your trust in universal wisdom. Through consistent practice and devoted attention, you'll develop increasing fluency in the universe's symbolic language, discovering that what once seemed random now reveals itself as an intricate tapestry of meaning woven specifically for your journey. Let this journal become your personal testament to the living presence of divine intelligence in your daily life. Chapter 19. The Ancient Wellsprings of Abundance. Deep within the shadows of an ancient cave system, Rachel discovered a truth that would transform humanity's understanding of abundance. As she ventured deeper into the earth's embrace, she encountered crystalline springs whose waters seemed to dance with living intelligence. Through patient observation, she noticed something remarkable. These sacred waters responded to the energy of those who approached them. When seekers came with desperate grasping, the springs retreated to mere trickles. Yet when approached with reverence and gratitude, they burst forth with tremendous force, creating spectacular displays of natural abundance. This phenomenon reveals a universal principle that governs all manifestations of prosperity. Within your consciousness flow eternal wellsprings of abundance, their waters carrying infinite potential for manifestation. These springs represent your natural state of prosperity, a birthright that requires no earning or proving. Yet like underground streams blocked by fallen rocks, these waters often encounter obstacles in the form of inherited limiting beliefs. These beliefs, passed down through generations of struggle and scarcity, act as energetic debris, damming the natural flow of abundance into your experience. There's never enough. Money is the root of evil. Wealth requires struggle. Such thoughts form barriers to prosperity's natural expression. Samuel, a wise desert guide, understood this principle intimately. When parched travelers sought his help finding water in the endless sands, he first taught them to discover the wellspring within their own hearts. Only after they had cleared their inner channels of doubt and fear would he guide them to physical oases, proving that external abundance follows internal alignment. The Abundance Wellspring Ritual. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed and gently close your eyes. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths to center yourself. Now visualize yourself descending a winding stone staircase into the depths of your consciousness, where an ancient wellspring of abundance eternally flows. As your inner vision adjusts to this sacred space, notice any debris, old beliefs, fears, or doubts blocking its natural movement. These might appear as fallen leaves of lack, stones of self-doubt, or tangled roots of limiting beliefs. With loving awareness and patient determination, begin clearing these obstacles one by one. As you remove each piece, witness how the waters begin moving more freely, creating gentle ripples of possibility. Feel the immediate shift as each barrier dissolves, allowing prosperity's pure waters to flow with increasing strength. These sacred waters begin rising, first as a gentle stream finding its way through newly cleared channels, then as a powerful fountain of unlimited potential, overflowing from your heart center into every area of your life, your work, relationships, health, and creative endeavors. Practice this visualization daily, preferably at dawn or dusk when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinnest. With consistent practice, you'll find the wellspring flowing more abundantly with each visit, transforming your entire experience of life. Chapter 20. The Inner Sanctum of Divine Identity. Within the ancient stone walls of a remote monastery, Brother Benedict spent countless hours in contemplation. One evening, as he walked the familiar corridors deep in meditation, he noticed an archway that seemed to shimmer with ethereal light, one he had passed thousands of times yet never truly seen. You too walk past such doorways daily, portals to higher consciousness that become visible only when your perception shifts beyond physical sight. For just as Brother Benedict discovered, these sacred thresholds respond not to external keys, but to the vibration of self-recognition. The chamber, Benedict found, could not be entered through force or intellectual understanding. Only those who remembered their divine nature could cross its threshold. This mirrors the eternal truth that your creative power awakens not through seeking, but through remembering who you truly are. Within you resides a sanctum sanctorum, a holy of holies where your human self meets your divine nature. This inner chamber holds the full power of creation itself, waiting to be activated through genuine self-recognition. When you declare "I am" with the full authority of your divine birthright, reality itself begins to reshape around this elevated consciousness. Consider Catherine, whose simple needle and thread produced garments of extraordinary beauty whenever she aligned with her celestial identity. Her hands remained the same, her tools unchanged, yet her creations transformed because she remembered her divine origins. The cloth beneath her fingers responded to the frequency of her self-recognition, manifesting her godly nature in physical form. This teaching reveals that manifestation flows not from what you do, but from who you know yourself to be. When you stand fully in your divine identity, creation itself bows to your conscious intent. The universe responds not to your human effort, but to your divine authority. Divine Identity Meditation. Assume a dignified posture in a quiet space, one that honors your celestial nature. Place your right hand over your heart center, connecting to the eternal flame that burns within. Take 3 deep breaths to center yourself, each inhalation drawing you deeper into sacred awareness, each exhalation releasing all that is not your true essence. Then, with unwavering conviction, speak the ancient words of power. I am that I am. Feel these sacred syllables resonating through your entire being, awakening every cell to its divine inheritance. Allow Creator consciousness to radiate from your heart center, filling your energy field with divine light that expands outward in concentric waves of pure potential. Maintain this state for 12 minutes, knowing that you speak as the divine itself, for you are the living embodiment of creation expressing through human form. Let the truth of your celestial identity wash through you like golden waves of light, transforming every shadow of doubt into crystalline clarity. Part 3. Mastery of the 33rd Degree. Chapter 21. The Alchemist's Flame of Transmutation. In a hidden chamber beneath an ancient guild hall, Master Cornelius tended a flame that burned without fuel. For 40 years he guarded this mystical fire, waiting for one whose heart proved pure enough to receive its secrets. Through this eternal flame, he demonstrated how consciousness itself possesses the power to transmute any circumstance into spiritual gold. You too carry this sacred fire within. Like the eternal flame that Master Cornelius protected, your inner light holds the power to transform every experience into wisdom, every setback into strength. This alchemical force activates through 3 sacred steps: perception, acceptance, and divine reinterpretation. When you perceive with enlightened vision, you recognize that nothing occurs by chance. Each challenge arrives as raw material for your spiritual evolution. Through acceptance, you cease resistance to what is, allowing the alchemical process to begin. Through divine reinterpretation, you consciously extract the golden wisdom hidden within every leaden circumstance. Maria discovered this truth when flames consumed her workshop. Standing before the smoking ruins, she felt guided to sift through the ashes. There, mixed with the remnants of her old dreams, she found seeds of inspiration for an enterprise far grander than she had previously imagined. The very destruction that seemed to end her path actually cleared the way for her destiny to unfold in magnificent new directions. This mirrors your own journey of transformation. What appears as loss simply clears space for greater gain. What seems like an ending merely signals a new beginning through the flame of conscious transmutation. You hold the power to transform any experience into a catalyst for growth. The Transmutation Flame Meditation. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed and gently close your eyes. Center yourself with a few deep breaths, allowing your body to settle into stillness. Visualize a brilliant violet flame appearing before you, pulsing with ancient transformative power that has been used by mystics throughout the ages. Bring to mind any challenging situation you currently face, whether in relationships, work, or personal growth. See this sacred violet fire completely surrounding the circumstance, its ethereal flames dancing with purpose and grace. Watch intently as the purifying flames dissolve all negative aspects, limitations, and obstacles into pure, radiant golden light. As this transformed energy flows toward you like a river of liquid gold, open your heart fully to receive its divine wisdom while declaring with conviction, "I transmute all into the highest good." Feel this truth resonating through every cell of your being. Practice this meditation whenever you seek to transform life's lead into wisdom's gold, knowing that within this flame lies the power to transmute any experience into a stepping stone toward your highest destiny. Chapter 22. The Grand Architect's Vision. In the annals of sacred wisdom there exists a tale of Solomon Wright, whose understanding of universal architecture transcended ordinary building principles. Through decades of devoted study, he discovered that physical construction merely echoed a higher process, one where thought itself served as the primary building material. You possess this same divine capacity for creation. Like Solomon, your mind holds the power to design reality with such precision that manifestation becomes inevitable. When your mental blueprints achieve perfect clarity, the universe itself becomes your contractor, assembling the components of your vision without need for physical effort. The key lies in absolute specificity. Just as an architect must detail every measurement, material, and connection point, your thoughts must crystallize into complete plans that leave no room for universal interpretation. Vague desires produce vague results, while exact specifications command exact manifestations. Consider Lydia, whose story illuminates this principle. As city planner, she spent months crafting detailed models of community development, specifying everything from the height of buildings to the spacing of trees. One morning, she discovered the barren land designated for future development had transformed overnight to match her models precisely. The universe, recognizing the completeness of her vision, could not help but construct its physical equivalent. This mirrors your own creative power. When your mental blueprints lack detail, manifestation hesitates, uncertain of final form. But when you envision with architect's precision, seeing every angle, feeling every texture, knowing every dimension, reality has no choice but to conform to your design. The Master Blueprint Exercise. Gather paper, pencils, and rulers, the sacred tools of creation. Begin drawing detailed plans of your desired life as though designing a divine temple or celestial palace. Include specific measurements for every aspect, from financial figures to relationship dynamics, from career milestones to personal achievements. Choose exact colors, textures, and materials for each component. Just as a master architect selects the finest marble or the most resonant crystal. Write precise specifications as an architect would. defining each element with unwavering certainty and leaving nothing to the realm of chance or uncertainty. Place these completed blueprints under your pillow for 33 consecutive nights, allowing their energy to merge with your subconscious mind as you rest. Before sleep each evening, touch the plans with reverence while affirming with absolute conviction, "This design now manifests with perfect precision." Feel the power of these words vibrating through your being. Through this sacred practice, performed with devotion and unwavering faith, you imprint your vision into the universal architecture with such crystalline clarity that physical manifestation becomes not just possible, but inevitable. The universe, recognizing the completeness of your design, aligns all forces to bring your blueprint into material form. Chapter 23: The Covenant of Co-Creation. In the depths of an ancient library, Rebecca Starling's discovery of weathered stone tablets revealed a truth so fundamental it had been etched into humanity's earliest records. These tablets, preserved through millennia, contain the original covenant between human consciousness and universal intelligence, a sacred contract outlining the divine partnership in manifestation. You stand now at the threshold of understanding this primordial agreement, one your soul entered before taking physical form. The tablets speak of a perfect balance, your role as the dreamer, the universe's role as the architect. When you provide crystal-clear intention, unwavering focus, and elevated emotional energy, universal intelligence activates its vast network of synchronicities, orchestrating countless details to birth your vision into form. Yet how often have you struggled by attempting to control every aspect of manifestation? Like trying to direct each wave in the ocean, such efforts only create resistance to the natural flow of creation. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, sees all possible paths and orchestrates events far beyond human comprehension. Consider David, a merchant who once micromanaged every detail of his trading ventures. His ship struggled against wind and tide until he discovered the ancient wisdom. Upon learning to focus solely on the desired cargo while releasing attachment to the specific route, his fleet prospered beyond imagination. The universe, freed from his limiting instructions, orchestrated perfect timing and optimal paths he could never have planned. This sacred partnership requires both parties to honor their respective roles. When you attempt to control the how, you inadvertently block the universe's superior orchestration abilities. Conversely, when you trust universal intelligence while maintaining clear focus on your desired outcome, manifestation flows with effortless grace. The Covenant Renewal Ceremony. In sacred space, place 2 candles before you, one representing human will, one symbolizing divine power. The candle on your left embodies your earthly desires and focused intention, while the right flame channels the infinite wisdom of universal forces. Light the first candle while declaring with quiet conviction, "I commit to holding clear intention and sustained focus." Light the second while affirming with complete surrender, "I trust universal intelligence to orchestrate all details perfectly." Sit in meditation for 11 minutes, allowing your breath to flow naturally as you feel the harmony of this divine partnership flowing between the twin flames. Let your mind rest in the space between effort and release, action and acceptance. Feel the perfect balance of your focus will merge with infinite grace. Close by stating with serene certainty, "It is done," allowing the candles to burn completely, their merged light a testament to the sacred covenant you have renewed. Chapter 24. The Quantum Leap of Faith. In the mists of an ancient mountain range, Isabella Morgan stood at the precipice of a vast chasm. The well-worn path ended abruptly at the cliff's edge, with no visible means of crossing to the distant peak where her destiny awaited. As fog swirled around her feet, she recalled the wisdom passed down through generations. The bridge appears only for those who dare to take the first step. You now stand at a similar threshold in your own journey of manifestation. The visible path ends here, and logic screams that moving forward courts disaster. Yet the deepest mysteries of creation reveal that quantum leaps in manifestation operate contrary to rational progression. The universe responds not to careful calculation, but to bold declarations of faith made physical through action. When Isabella lifted her foot and stepped into apparent emptiness, an extraordinary phenomenon occurred. Solid ground materialized beneath her feet, extending just far enough for her next step. With each forward motion, a new section of bridge emerged from the mists, transforming her faith into tangible reality. This mirrors the tale of Jonathan, whose maps ended at the edges of known waters. Other sailors hugged familiar coastlines, but Jonathan steered his vessel directly into unmapped regions. Where others saw only empty horizons, he discovered abundant new lands that existed beyond the boundaries of accepted possibility. These stories illuminate a profound truth. The greatest manifestations require you to abandon the safety of incremental progress. Universal intelligence operates at quantum levels, capable of materializing desires instantly when you demonstrate unwavering faith through bold action. The bridge to your dreams exists in potential form, awaiting only your first step to crystallize into physical reality. To activate these supernatural laws of manifestation, you must embrace the quantum leap ritual. This practice shatters the illusion of gradual progression, allowing you to access quantum realms where instant manifestation occurs naturally. Like Isabella and Jonathan, you'll discover that the universe rushes to support those who demonstrate faith through decisive action. Remember, the bridge materializes not before the step, but because of it. Your bold movement activates dormant manifestation forces that transform apparent emptiness into solid ground beneath your feet. Like the ancient mystics who understood this divine principle, you must trust that the invisible threads of universal intelligence will weave themselves into form at the precise moment of your faithful action. The void before you is merely an illusion, a test of your unwavering belief in the perfect orchestration of cosmic law. When you step forward with absolute conviction, you command the very fabric of reality to bend to your will, crystallizing your desires from the infinite field of possibility into tangible form. Chapter 25. The Mystic's Timeline. In the timeless halls of wisdom, Cassandra discovered a truth that transcends ordinary understanding. Through her work interpreting dreams, she began to perceive how past, present, and future exist as one eternal moment, accessible to those who learn to expand their consciousness beyond linear perception. You stand now at the threshold of this profound realization. The boundaries you have accepted between yesterday, today, and tomorrow are merely constructs of surface consciousness. In deeper awareness, all moments exist simultaneously, in an eternal now, waiting for your recognition and conscious participation. Cassandra's gift emerged gradually as she noticed how dream symbols revealed not only past influences but future potentials, all existing in a singular point of awareness. Through patient practice, she learned to maintain this expanded perception even in waking life, discovering she could reshape circumstances by accessing this timeless dimension where all possibilities coexist. The truth of this teaching manifested through Marcus, a devoted historian who meticulously maintained ancient records. One day, while rewriting a particularly emotional account, he noticed present circumstances shifting to match his revised narrative. Through careful experimentation, he discovered that updating historical records with genuine feeling altered current reality, revealing the fluid nature of time itself. Within the eternal now, manifestation occurs not through linear progression but through conscious selection of already existing possibilities. Like tuning a radio to different frequencies, you can shift your awareness to timelines where your desires have already manifested. This ability lies dormant within your consciousness, awaiting activation through dedicated practice. The timeline collapse meditation serves as your gateway to this mastery. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Visualize your desire as already fulfilled in what you perceive as the future. Feel the joy, gratitude, and satisfaction of this accomplished state. Now consciously pull this reality into your present moment, allowing the timeline where your desire manifests to collapse into the now. Finally, revise your memories to align with this new reality, creating a seamless bridge between past, present, and future manifestation. Chapter 26. The Alchemist's State of Being. The ancient masters taught that your state of being holds supreme power over all circumstances. This truth becomes exquisitely clear through the tale of Thaddeus, who wandered the kingdom streets as a beggar until discovering the transformative secret of maintained consciousness. Though his pockets remained empty, Thaddeus began carrying himself with the quiet dignity of prosperity. He spoke with the measured tone of one accustomed to abundance. His eyes held the serene gaze of someone who knew their worth. Most crucially, he sustained this inner state regardless of outer conditions, never allowing temporary circumstances to shake his unwavering assumption of wealth. Within months, opportunities began appearing as if by divine orchestration. A merchant needed help managing his accounts. A noble required assistance with investments. Each situation allowed Thaddeus to demonstrate the business acumen he had always possessed, but never before expressed. His wealth grew naturally, not through desperate striving, but as the inevitable manifestation of his maintained state of being. This principle found further expression through Margaret, whose mastery of sustained consciousness reshaped reality in remarkable ways. As a traveling actress, she was cast to play a queen in a royal performance. Rather than merely memorizing lines, she chose to fully embody royal consciousness in every moment, the way she moved, spoke, made decisions, and regarded others. Even after performances ended, Margaret maintained this queenly state with unwavering commitment. She never broke character because she understood that character is consciousness made visible. Within a year, through a series of synchronistic events that seemed almost miraculous, she caught the attention of actual royalty and eventually married into the noble class, her outer circumstances finally matching her inner state. The sacred practice of being. Choose a quiet hour daily for complete embodiment of your desired state. In this sacred time, let all worldly concerns fall away as you step fully into the consciousness of your chosen reality. Assume the posture manner of speech, and most importantly, the feeling state of already being what you wish to become. Move through space as though your desire is already an accomplished fact, for in the realm of pure consciousness, it already is. Let this state infuse every cell of your being, transforming your very essence from within. Feel the absolute certainty of your new state penetrating your thoughts, your movements, your breath itself. Reality has no choice but to reshape itself around your sustained consciousness, for this is the immutable law of creation. What you hold steadfastly in mind must manifest in the physical world. Chapter 27. The Hermetic Seal of Protection. In the sacred halls of mystery schools, Master Alaric understood a truth that few would ever grasp. The delicate nature of manifestation requires protection from the erosive effects of doubt. Through decades of observation, he witnessed countless powerful visions dissolve under the harsh gaze of disbelief, leading him to develop methods for creating impenetrable barriers around spiritual work. You must understand that every thought form exists first as a subtle energy pattern, vulnerable to disruption until properly strengthened and sealed. Like a seedling requiring shelter from harsh elements, your manifestations need protection during their crucial development phase. The ancient ones knew this well, developing sophisticated techniques for creating hermetic containers that preserved the integrity of their creative work. This wisdom found perfect expression through Sarah, a gifted gardener whose plants withered whenever neighbors peered over her fence with skeptical eyes. Though her methods were sound and her dedication unwavering, the collective doubt penetrated her garden's energetic field, stunting growth and preventing full flourishing. Only when she constructed walls of pure crystal, programmed to transmute negative thoughts into nurturing light, did her garden transform into a paradise of abundance. The deeper teaching reveals itself. Your dreams and visions require similar protection. The collective consciousness contains currents of limitation, doubt, and impossibility that can weaken even the strongest intention. You must learn to create energetic boundaries that allow your manifestations to gestate in perfect conditions while remaining impervious to external contamination. The Hermetic Seal ritual serves as your daily protection practice. Find a quiet space each morning where you can perform this sacred work undisturbed. Close your eyes and visualize golden light emanating from your heart center, expanding outward to form an egg-shaped barrier around your entire being. Program this living shield with the command to automatically repel all doubt while amplifying faith and positive expectation. Feel the barrier becoming crystalline and impenetrable, yet perfectly transparent to divine light and universal support. This energetic seal requires daily renewal, for the forces of doubt constantly seek entry through any weakened point. Just as water will find the smallest crack in a vessel, negative energies probe continuously for gaps in your protective barrier. Maintain your protection with the same devotion a gardener tends their greenhouse, understanding that proper shielding creates the optimal environment for manifestation to flourish. Each morning's renewal strengthens your spiritual immunity, building an ever more resilient field of positive expectation around your desires. Through consistent practice, your hermetic seal becomes an automatic guardian, a living shield that preserves the sacred space where your dreams take root and grow. Chapter 28. The Master Key of Silence. In the hushed corridors of an ancient monastery, Brother Thomas discovered a truth so profound it could only be conveyed in perfect stillness. Within a chamber where silence had reigned unbroken for centuries, he encountered the ultimate secret of manifestation, one that transformed his understanding of creative power forever. You must grasp this essential truth. Words possess a double-edged nature in the art of manifestation. While they can crystallize intention, premature speech acts as a leak in your vessel of creative energy. The ancient mystery schools understood this principle intimately, requiring initiates to maintain absolute silence about works in progress. This wasn't mere superstition, but rather a sophisticated understanding of how creative force accumulates and concentrates in consciousness. Consider Elena, whose hands shaped clay into vessels of extraordinary beauty. Yet whenever she spoke of her unfinished works, describing their intended form or purpose, mysterious cracks would appear during firing. Only after maintaining complete silence about her creations did she achieve mastery, producing pieces of such perfection they seemed touched by divine grace. Through bitter experience, she learned that every word spoken about an emerging manifestation releases vital energy needed for its completion. This mirrors your own creative process. When you speak of your desires before their time, you disperse the very power required for their materialization. Like opening an oven door too soon causes a soufflé to collapse, premature revelation deflates the rising power of your manifestation. The universe requires a sacred period of gestation in absolute silence, where your desire gathers strength in the dark soil of consciousness before breaking through into physical form. The sacred silence practice. Select one significant desire, something that stirs your soul and quickens your spirit, and maintain complete silence about it for 40 days. Tell no one of your intention, not even your closest confidant or most trusted friend. This sacred vow of silence must remain unbroken, for each word spoken diminishes the pure creative force gathering within. Instead, nurture this desire internally through visualization and feeling, allowing its power to build undisturbed within the sacred chamber of your consciousness. Let it grow like a precious seed in dark, fertile soil, fed by your unwavering faith and quiet devotion. Notice how this silence creates a magnetic force that draws your manifestation closer with each passing day, as though the very universe conspires to bring your unspoken wish into being through the power of your disciplined restraint. Chapter 29. The Phoenix Code of Rebirth. In the ancient temples of Alexandria, where sacred flames burned eternally, a profound truth awaited discovery. Alexandria, guardian of these mystical fires, uncovered a sequence of inner flames that held the power to resurrect any dream thought lost to time's passage. You possess within your very essence a phoenix code, written into the fabric of your being since the dawn of creation. This divine programming activates through precise spiritual technology, awakening dormant abilities of infinite renewal. When you stand amid the ashes of apparent defeat, this code awakens, igniting internal fires that transform destruction into rebirth. Consider Victor, who once presided over a crumbling financial empire. As his wealth turned to dust, he discovered something far more precious: the resurrection frequencies hidden within defeat itself. In his darkest hour, when all seemed lost, he activated an ancient remembrance. Through perfect surrender, unwavering faith, and reconnection to his divine heritage, he rose from bankruptcy to build a kingdom far greater than what had fallen. This mirrors the eternal cycle encoded in your spiritual DNA. No failure marks an end point when you understand the sacred science of perpetual renewal. Within every ending lies the seed of a greater beginning, waiting only for the proper sequence of inner fires to spark its awakening. The Phoenix Rising Ritual. Take a piece of paper and write upon it your greatest perceived failure or loss, that moment when all seemed darkest and hope felt furthest away. Hold it before you and feel its weight one final time, acknowledging how this burden has shaped your journey. Now, with deep reverence and sacred intention, set it aflame while visualizing brilliant phoenix fire consuming what no longer serves your highest path. Watch as the flames transform limitation into liberation. As the paper turns to ash, immediately take fresh parchment and write the story of your triumphant resurrection with absolute conviction and unwavering faith. Detail your rise from these ashes with profound gratitude, seeing with crystal clarity how this apparent ending births an extraordinary new beginning. Feel the truth that what appears as destruction simply clears sacred space for grander creation through your phoenix nature. Let your words paint the vivid picture of how this very challenge has unveiled your innate power to rise renewed, stronger, and more radiant than ever before. Chapter 30. The Immortal Light of Legacy. In the twilight hours of her earthly journey, Grandmother Miriam gathered her beloved grandchildren around her bedside. Her eyes sparkled with the luminescence of one who had long carried sacred wisdom, waiting for the perfect moment of revelation. Through decades of seemingly ordinary moments, bedtime tales whispered in candlelight, lessons taught while baking bread, wisdom shared during garden walks, she had been carefully planting seeds of the 33rd degree knowledge. You now stand at a similar crossroads of transmission, where the highest manifestation transcends personal achievement. The ultimate mastery reveals itself not through individual accomplishment, but through becoming a living channel of divine wisdom. Like water flowing from an eternal spring, true power multiplies by nourishing others. Consider Master Chen, who chose to pour all his knowledge into a single worthy student rather than build temples or monuments to his own greatness. This student, carrying the pure transmission of his teacher's wisdom, went on to illuminate thousands of souls. Each of these souls in turn became beacons, creating an ever-expanding web of awakening that continues to this day. This represents the deepest truth of manifestation, that immortality flows not from personal monuments but through the living waters of wisdom passed from heart to heart. Every soul you touch with authentic teaching becomes a new wellspring, ensuring these sacred principles flow eternally through the generations. The Legacy Transmission Practice. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed and settle into deep meditation. Allow your breath to slow and your mind to still itself. As peace washes over you, visualize a brilliant golden light emanating from your heart center, carrying within its radiant essence the complete transmission of the 33rd degree knowledge. See this sacred light extending forward through the corridors of time, touching countless souls yet to be born into this world. Watch as this illumination spreads like ripples across an infinite pool, reaching generation after generation. Feel yourself becoming a timeless beacon of divine wisdom, knowing that through this sacred practice, you ensure these eternal teachings continue illuminating humanity's path forever. Let your consciousness expand beyond the boundaries of your physical form, merging with the infinite stream of wisdom that flows through all ages. With profound reverence and pure intention, speak these words of power. I am an eternal beacon of divine wisdom. Let the vibration of this truth resonate through every cell of your being, anchoring your role as a vessel of timeless knowledge. Conclusion. Through these sacred chapters, you have traced an ancient path of remembrance, each teaching awakening dormant wisdom within your consciousness. The 33rd degree knowledge now flows through your being, not as mere information, but as living truth that transforms your very relationship with existence. You stand now at the threshold of mastery, having moved beyond intellectual understanding into embodied knowing. The universe no longer appears as something external to petition or persuade, for you have remembered your true identity as the universe itself, expressing through human form. This recognition changes everything. The masters who preserved these teachings through countless generations now recognize you as their equal, for you have proven worthy of carrying this sacred flame. Your cells vibrate with frequencies of divine remembrance, making you a living transmission of these eternal principles. Yet knowledge alone is not enough. True mastery reveals itself through consistent demonstration in daily life. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every action you take must now reflect this elevated understanding. You have become a walking example of these principles in action, showing others through direct experience what is possible. The power you sought was never separate from you. It has always existed within, waiting for you to remember and reclaim it. Now that the veil has lifted, you see clearly that you are the architect of reality you were seeking to become. Let your presence serve as a lighthouse for those still walking the path of remembrance. Through your example, they will glimpse their own divine potential and begin their journey of awakening. The 33rd degree knowledge lives through you now, transforming not only your reality, but radiating outward to elevate all who cross your path. Your journey doesn't end here. Click on this next audiobook that I promise will completely transform your perspective.